Yeah. Yeah, anyway, very interesting talking to you. I've noticed that when you're outside the slaughterhouse, you're a lot more passionate because you can literally see the animals going in.
Me, like it only makes sense that I hang like this.
So what's like the most interesting thing you've done as an activist? The most interesting thing you've done? Anyway, Joey, let me just talk to Joey first. Anyway, Joey, we got.
Can I? Are you filming?
Yeah,
Is that,
yeah.
Where is the camera?
Yeah, there's the camera here.
It's not on you, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it?
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. We can talk to you as well.
Is that the first time you've been around the side? Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible. Horrific scenes. Horrifying. Yeah, poor pigs. It's distressing, isn't it? Hey mate.
Alright, yeah.
Oh yeah, what's your name again?
Yeah, Kane.
Kane?
Yeah.
Meet Kane.
Oh gosh, it's really weird seeing you in real life. Okay. Alright, look, I don't think I really need to introduce you, but just in case anyone's first time coming across veganism, animal rights, what do you do? So what's your name? What do you do?
Closer.
Oh, me? I'm Joey Carbstrong and I'm an animal rights activist.
You're an animal rights activist. So what's going on in here?
So in here we've got a gas chamber slaughterhouse for pigs. So they use CO2 gas. They load pigs into a pit filled with CO2 gas to stun them, and it's actually cruel and aversive and causes them pain, fear and distress. There are multiple gas chambers here in the UK and across the world, and they do it because they can kill more pigs in a short amount of time, and it's a horrifying place.
Yeah, so 88% of pigs in this country, England and Wales, are lowered into gas chambers.
Yeah.
So do you think that, so what are we here to advocate for? Are we here to advocate for a less painful death, or are we here to advocate for animal rights and animal liberation?
Yeah, of course, the fact that they are in pain and suffering is bad. I don't want that to happen to animals, but this happens because animals don't have rights, basically. So the industry will say, well, we'll look for a better method of slaughter if you don't like this one. They believe that this is the most humane method for slaughtering pigs. So the other methods have issues as well, but they'll just say, well, maybe we'll make it less painful, we'll find some different gas. But obviously that doesn't solve the issue. Animals are still going to be chopped up and eaten. And for them, they want to live, they don't want to die.
Yeah, we're here to grant animals fundamental rights. And so what would you say to people who would call our approach too extreme?
I think that decapitating animals for a sandwich is what's extreme. I don't think asking for basic rights for animals is extreme. I mean, unless they believe that asking for basic rights for humans is extreme. If they think one is not extreme and the other is extreme, I'd ask them to name the difference, the morally significant difference between us and animals.
Yeah, I've noticed now you really, in your latest discussions, you're really trying to, hammer home that, you gotta name the difference. Like you expect rights for yourself, right? But you reject rights for these animals, so you got a double standard if you're not a vegan and you don't extend these basic moral rights to non-human animals. So
that's right, because you have to focus on what we share in common, which is sentience. And if we're concerned with sentience, if we're concerned with us being conscious, animals share that property with us. So what happens to the animals matters to them as well. So otherwise you have a direct contradiction if you expect basic rights for us and not for animals.
Yeah, it's very... how long have you been doing this for?
I've been an activist, since I've been vegan, I've been speaking up about this since 2013, but I've been an online activist since 2015. I've been doing vigils since about 2017. I've been speaking up for animals ever since I've been vegan.
Yeah, so you come from an interesting past.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did that lead from that to what you do now?
Well, basically it started off juice fasting when I was on house arrest, and it gave me enough mental clarity to start seeing my life differently. Started losing weight, but then I was still eating meat, and I went to prison actually for gun crime. And whilst I was in prison, I went sober, and I was sober for the whole time in prison actually, and I started thinking about things a lot differently. And when I got out of prison, I started recognizing the hypocrisy between eating some animals and not others, and I just went vegan spontaneously. And being vegan, like understanding a certain principle about animals and animal rights, the logical extension of that is to be an activist, because basically, if you believe this is bad, like enough to go vegan, to boycott it, I believe for me, like it only made sense that I became an activist. So
yeah. So what's like the most interesting thing you've done as an activist? The most interesting memory?
Probably 2018, massive media run that happened because of a documentary that was aired on BBC, Victoria, Derbyshire, and it went super viral. Then I was on Jeremy Vine on the radio, reached 7 million people. Then from that I went on the This Morning show, and there was media everywhere. So then I was getting like 2 or 3 radio and newspaper interviews every day, and going to vigils and uploading videos, and it was just a crazy time. Then from that I got deported back to Australia, put in immigration prison, and went back to Australia. Then I got a passport, come back to England through the e-gates, and debated Piers Morgan on Live TV, and went viral again. So yeah, probably 2018 was probably my biggest year.
So you know Grumpy Vegan Grandad, I know Grumpy Vegan Grandad. How did you meet him?
I met Dan on the set of Veganville, which is a documentary 3-part series that aired on BBC One and BBC Three.
So do you think they represented veganism correctly? The way
I think they gave me enough of a voice. BBC, they tried to be unbiased. I think they got a lot of criticism for allowing. It was a vegan-focused documentary, the first of its kind, really. And they did in the 3rd episode. Although they gave me a little bit of heat, I gave them gas chamber footage actually to put in the 3rd episode, and that was the first time gas chamber footage was actually seen on TV. So they did. It was good working with them. I think it was a little more biased towards the vegan way, but I think they did a good job at try to keeping it balanced. I think. Yeah.
Guys, can I ask a question for you?
Yeah.
Do you think during our lifetime, do you think we'll get to a vegan world?
You reckon I should answer that question?
I'd say
Well, basically, I think we've got a lot. No. I don't think it's possible. I don't think people really understand what a vegan world looks like. It means that animals are not being exploited at all.
Do you think society will ever get there?
I think it's much more like the goal of animal rights is a much more attainable goal. Obviously, like if you think of humans enslaving humans and murdering and committing horrible acts to other humans, we have human rights, and that still happens. It's not everywhere human rights is enforced, obviously, but I'm saying that we don't even have a vegan world for humans yet, but we have human rights. So you need legal protection for animals. You can't expect a vegan world. Vegan world means you go to wherever isolated place, and they're not hunting, they're not fishing, they're not doing, so. But animal rights is what we're fighting for.
How can we change law, which is, sort of going right up to the top? I mean, there's a thing at the moment by Human League of taking the government to court. Well,
They're taking your interview.
Taking Deborah to court.
Let me finish his interview, and then we can do a we'll finish his interview, and then I'll do a talk with everyone.
Okay. So what's all about today? I've seen the camera person talking like with the drone, talking about how the hose, like the drone got hosed down.
Yeah.
Like, why are they doing that? Do you think they got anything to hide?
Look, I think the people that work in there, they're not really concerned with hiding too much. I think they just don't like to be looked at work, probably. Like, I think that probably the company itself has something to hide, that's for sure. But the workers, look, they're just probably coming here to work, and they probably don't want to be filmed and stuff. I probably think that's probably more likely. But yeah, some horrible stuff probably goes down in there. I'm pretty certain of that.
So what's going on today? Is there anything going on today in particular? Because I know it's the press.
No, we're just doing a vigil today. We're doing a vigil. I was in the area, so we decided to do a vigil, bear witness for the pigs, bring some awareness here.
Yeah, because I've noticed everyone in this area, it'd be one thing if, like I was saying to Tarian, it'd be one thing if like people didn't know what was going on and we told them and they all freaked out and went vegan.
Yeah.
But there's lots of people who know what's going on here.
Don't you want to be in your camera?
There's
Yeah.
lots of people who know what's going on, and they say they've heard our talking points, but they still don't want to change.
Yeah, and that's why fighting for animal rights is probably a better goal than turning everyone vegan. I'm always one for advocacy. I do a lot of advocacy. I will never stop doing advocacy. But you're always going to get people who aren't going to change.
Yeah.
And maybe they think they know, but they don't actually know.
Yeah.
And maybe they haven't had that light bulb moment. But, you know, trying to get laws changed, you need to have people at least on side. And but yeah, I think that's a much more attainable goal, animal rights.
Yeah. So how do you think that we should get more vegans? Do you think it's important to get more vegans active, and why?
Without activism, nothing will ever change. So I think it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
And social change has only ever happened because of activists. It has never been the government pushing for social change.
Yeah.
You know, really, realistically, like when you look
Yeah.
at big social changes, they prefer to keep slavery. They prefer to keep probably something like the civil rights movement would never have happened if it wasn't for activists. You know, like, well, I just don't think we can expect the government to make those big political changes. We have to push the government to make those changes.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, anyway, very interesting talking to you. I've noticed that when you're outside the slaughterhouse, you're a lot more passionate because you can literally see the animals going in. Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate the interview, mate.
Well,
Good meeting you, mate. Eh?
Yeah, you too.
Keep up the good work. Stay active.
Yeah, you too. Oh, by the way, please consider becoming a donor, because this wouldn't be possible without you, especially the 40-year-old vegan, Vine the Moynin, and Ian Kanida. Thanks for watching. Leave a like to support the video and type a comment to tell me what you thought. Save and share this video around so more people will watch. Be more connected to me and my work on social media. Links in the description, and please consider donating to help support the channel. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. CDA.